I love Hugh Jackman. I think he's one of the kindest, nicest people on the planet.
You mean like the walking with the same arm, same leg thing that I'm doing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's not physically.
It doesn't look natural, does it?
Yeah, I mean, look, most of the time when the movie is this much fun to make.
Ryan Reynolds is facing one of the biggest scandals of his career, and yet Hugh Jackman hasn't said a word. Why? For years, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's has been one of Hollywood's most famous friendships. They constantly joke about each other, troll each other online, and have even starred in movies together. But now, Jackman has gone completely silent. As allegations against Reynolds pile up, fans have started to notice something strange. If Jackman truly believed Reynolds was innocent, wouldn't he be defending him? Instead, he hasn't said a single word, which has left fans wondering, does Hugh Jackman know something we don't? But Hugh isn't the only one staying silent. Other celebrities have also refused to defend Reynolds, and that speaks volumes. When major celebrities get attacked, their famous friends usually rush to their defense. So why hasn't anyone done that for Ryan Reynolds? Reynolds has spent years building powerful friendships in Hollywood, yet not a single A-list star has publicly defended him since this scandal broke. Insiders claim that some of Reynolds' closest friends, like Hugh Jackman and even Taylor Swift, have quietly distanced themselves. What makes this even more suspicious is that Reynolds has always been the guy that Hollywood loves to support. He's built an image as a funny, charming, and unproblematic actor, and yet when he needed people to stand up for him, no one did. Not his longtime co-stars, not Marvel executives, and not even the celebrities who constantly praised him in the past. Sources say that behind closed doors, people in the industry have known for years that Reynolds and Lively aren't as nice as they seem. There have allegedly been whispers about their behind-the-scenes behavior, but because of their carefully crafted public image, no one dared to speak up. Now that allegations are coming to light, Hollywood doesn't want to get caught defending them. And it's not just silence, it's active avoidance. Some insiders claim that certain celebrities have refused to work with Reynolds on upcoming projects because they don't want to be associated with the controversy. Others say that Marvel executives have been deliberately dodging questions about him, a clear sign that they don't want to get involved. But this silence isn't just about Hollywood politics. There are reports that Hugh Jackman was warned not to get involved, and the reason why is shocking. Some sources claim Hugh Jackman was told to stay out of this, but by who? According to some insiders, Marvel Studios has been quietly distancing itself from Ryan Reynolds. With Deadpool 3 already released and serving as one of the biggest MCU crossovers in years, Marvel does not want any lingering controversy tied to it. The studio has been known to cut off actors when they become a liability, and after the backlash surrounding Reynolds, executives reportedly wanted to move on from the scandal as quickly as possible. Rumors are swirling that Jackman was privately warned not to get involved, especially if it meant publicly defending Reynolds. Some sources even claim that Jackman was briefed on Reynolds' alleged involvement in Blacklisting Justin Baldoni, meaning he may already know the truth. Jackman has spent nearly 25 years building his legacy as Wolverine, and Marvel allegedly told him that speaking out could damage his reputation. The studio reportedly didn't want him associated with the controversy, especially since his return as Wolverine was a major selling point for Deadpool 3. Insiders claim Marvel made it clear that Jackman should focus on preserving his legacy and not risk it for Reynolds. But if Hugh Jackman really knows what happened, has he ever dropped any subtle hints about how he really feels about Ryan Reynolds? Let's take a closer look. Jackman may not have spoken out directly, but fans think he's been leaving clues in his recent interviews. Recently, fans have gone back and analyzed Hugh Jackman's interviews, looking for any signs of tension with Reynolds, and what they found, some very interesting moments. In one interview, Jackman was asked about working with Reynolds in Deadpool 3. Instead of his usual joking and playful energy, Jackman's tone was noticeably more serious. He said, "It's been interesting." Fans immediately noticed he hesitated before answering, which many took as a sign that things aren't as great behind the scenes as they seem. Some even pointed out that Jackman shifted uncomfortably in his seat, as if he was trying to be careful with his words. There's also a resurfaced interview where Jackman was asked about his closest Hollywood friends. friends. He mentioned multiple names, but left out Reynolds completely. Was this just an oversight, or was it a subtle way of distancing himself? Fans have pointed out that Jackman had no problem publicly praising other co-stars, but when it came to Reynolds, he was noticeably quiet. Another moment that raised eyebrows was an offhand comment Jackman made during a press junket. When asked about his return to Marvel, he joked that Wolverine never needed a sidekick, a remark that some fans think was a slight dig at Reynolds and his overwhelming control over the Deadpool franchise. And if you think that's suspicious, wait until you hear about the recent Deadpool rumors that could prove that Marvel is done with Ryan Reynolds. Could Marvel be planning to replace Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool? Some fans think so. Since the scandal broke, there have been rumors that Marvel is looking for ways to phase Reynolds out of the MCU. One shocking report claimed that Marvel is considering making Deadpool a variant character, meaning a new actor could take over the role in future films. This would allow Marvel to gradually move away from Reynolds while keeping Deadpool as a key part of the franchise. Even more suspicious, Marvel still hasn't publicly defended Reynolds. Normally, when one of their biggest stars is facing backlash, Marvel Studios is quick to shut down rumors. But this time, they've stayed completely silent. Marvel president Kevin Feige has remained unusually quiet about Reynolds' future, despite Deadpool 3's success. Instead of confirming his role in upcoming films, Marvel has focused all of its promotional efforts on Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and the introduction of the multiverse. Some fans believe this is a strategic move to subtly shift attention away from Reynolds. There are also whispers that Deadpool's next appearance in the MCU may not even feature Reynolds. A leaked insider report suggested that Marvel is developing multiple Deadpool projects, one of which is rumored to feature a younger actor stepping into the role. If true, this could be the first step toward phasing out Reynolds entirely. Industry insiders claim that Marvel is concerned about Reynolds' growing influence behind the scenes. Unlike most MCU stars, Reynolds has creative control over Deadpool, and some executives reportedly feel that he has become too powerful. The scandal surrounding his alleged involvement in the Baldoni lawsuit has only added to the concerns, and Marvel isn't the only one staying silent, because the biggest name of them all, Taylor Swift, has also refused to comment, and her silence may be the most damning of all. Taylor Swift and Blake Lively have been inseparable for years, so why hasn't she spoken up? Taylor Swift and Blake Lively have been best friends for nearly a decade. They've vacationed together, attended major Hollywood events side by side, and even collaborated on projects. But ever since Lively and Reynolds' scandal broke, Swift has stayed completely silent. But here's what makes this even more interesting. Because Blake and Taylor are so close, that also means Taylor has a friendship with Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds and Swift have been seen together at private events, have been spotted on double dates with Lively, and Swift has even used the names of their children in her music. This isn't just a casual acquaintance. This is someone Taylor has considered part of her inner circle. So is this the same situation as Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds? Do both Hugh and Taylor know more about the lawsuit than we think? And more importantly, is their silence a way of defending their friends without actually getting involved? It's easy to see why neither of them would want to risk speaking out, because if they publicly defended Reynolds and Lively, not if, but when the truth comes out, their reputations would be over. And that's where things get even more complicated. Taylor Swift is one of the biggest stars in the world. Her brand is built on being authentic, relatable, and empowering. She carefully protects her public image, and if she were to publicly support Lively and Reynolds only for them to be exposed as Hollywood manipulators, it could massively damage her credibility. Then there's Hugh Jackman, an actor who has won the hearts of millions of people with his portrayal of Wolverine for nearly 25 years. His reputation is built on loyalty, professionalism, and integrity. If he were to defend Reynolds now, only for more evidence to surface later, it wouldn't just hurt his career, it could completely ruin the legacy he built over decades. Their silence could actually be speaking louder than we think. At the end of the day, we tell our closest friends everything, and let's face it, celebrities may be famous, but they're still human, and people love to gossip. If Hugh and Taylor know something the public doesn't, staying silent may be their way of protecting themselves before the truth explodes. But if Hollywood is turning on Reynolds, what does this mean for his future? Ryan Reynolds has built an empire in Hollywood, but could this scandal take it all away? If the allegations against Reynolds are true, this could be career-ending. Hollywood has a history of turning on stars who their power, and Reynolds may be next on that list. Insiders claim that some studios are already distancing themselves from him, worried that his involvement in the Baldoni scandal could hurt their projects. But here's what's even more shocking. Every single day, more information is coming out about who Ryan Reynolds truly is, both as an actor and as a person. To the world, he's known as the funny, charming, sarcastic guy who never takes anything too seriously. But behind closed doors, it's a completely different picture. Hollywood insiders have claimed that Reynolds has been blacklisting actors for years. Some reports suggest that he played a role in keeping TJ Miller from getting future work after their falling out during Deadpool 2. There have also been whispers that Reynolds clashed with Tim Miller, the original director of Deadpool, and used his influence to push him out of the sequel. And now, the world may finally owe Scarlett Johansson an apology. When Johansson and Reynolds divorced in 2011, the media painted her as the villain, cold, distant, and responsible for the breakup. Reynolds, on the other hand, walked away with his nice guy reputation completely intact. But looking at the allegations now, many fans are starting to wonder if Johansson was actually telling the truth about him all along. After all, she once described Reynolds as passive-aggressive and controlling, and now we're seeing a pattern of behavior that matches those claims. If more evidence comes out, Reynolds could go from Hollywood's favorite funny guy to completely blacklisted. And with Hugh Jackman, Marvel, and Taylor Swift all staying silent, the question now is, will the truth ever come out about how much Hugh Jackman and Taylor Swift really knew about this lawsuit? Were they quietly involved behind the scenes, or are we all just reaching for drama in this situation? At the end of the day, Hugh and Taylor are two of the most influential people in Hollywood. If they knew the truth, why haven't they spoken up? Are they protecting themselves, or are they silently protecting Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively? Now, put yourself in their shoes. If your best friend was accused of something terrible, would you defend them until the end, knowing it could destroy your career and reputation? Or would you stay silent, knowing that sometimes silence speaks louder than words? Let me know what you would do in this situation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this story is far from over.